Hi, I'm Jacob Gallucci, and right now I'd like to share something interesting with you. Today is May 8th, and 30 years ago today, on May 8th, 1984, the Chicago White Sox played a 25-inning game against the Milwaukee Brewers, and it's one of the longest games in baseball history. And the game was played at Old Comiskey Park, and at that time the Brewers were actually still in the American League. And the first 17 innings of this game were played on May 8th, and then the final 8 were played on May 9th. And I'll give you some background here. I got this off the internet. On May 8th, the White Sox and the Brewers started a game in the 7 p.m. hour. The Brewers took a 3-1 lead in the 9th on a Robin Yount double. He stole third and scored on a throwing error by Carlton Fisk. Ted Simmons followed with a single, and then scored on a single by Ben Ogilvie. But Chicago came back against Raleigh Fingers, with Tom Paciorek reaching second on a drop fly ball by right fielder Charlie Moore. Julio Cruz hit a double to score Paciorek, and Rudy Law followed with a run-scoring single to tie the game with 2 outs. It stayed 3-3 on into the night, and then the game was halted at 1:05 the next morning for the American League curfew, with 17 innings played. Later that day, they went back out, and Ogilvie hit a 3-run homer in the 21st inning for a 6-3 lead. But in the bottom of the 21st, the White Sox had Rudy Law reach second on a throwing error by Milwaukee third baseman Randy Reddy, or Reedy, I believe it's Reddy, a Carlton Fisk single, a Mark Hill single to left, a walk to Harold Baines to load the bases, and a 2-run single by Tom Paciorek. It was 6-6. And Harold Baines finally ended the first 8-hour game in Major League history with a solo homer with 1 out in the bottom of the 25th inning for the 7-6 win. Chuck Porter, the 6th Brewers pitcher, took the loss in the 8-hour and 6-minute game. Tom Seaver, making his first relief appearance since 1976, pitched the last inning for the win. He was the 8th Chicago pitcher. Lamar Hoyt was the only Chicago player who didn't play in the game. Pitchers Floyd Bannister and Ron Reed both batted once for the White Sox. Chicago had 23 hits, and 5 of them were by Tom Paciorek, and Milwaukee had 20 hits. Besides being the longest Major League game in terms of time elapsed, it also tied the mark for the longest game by innings played to a decision. The Mets and the Cardinals had played 25 innings on September 11, 1974, with St. Louis winning 4-3. White Sox manager Tony La Russa wrapped it up by saying, "Hallelujah, nice game, I don't know." After the test of endurance ended, the White Sox and Brewers played their regularly scheduled game for May 9th. Seaver started that one, pitching 8 1/3 innings, and got his second win of the day, 5-4, to go to 3-2 for 1984. And it's insane. I mean, a 25-inning game. It's almost 3 whole games. That's unbelievable. Can you imagine the people who stayed all the way through? I mean, my God. Whew. You know how exhausted those people must have been? Jesus. But it's a very interesting game. It's one of the most notable games in White Sox history, and the fact that it was 30 years ago today is unbelievable, you know? It really is. But anyway, I have another video to share with you, and anyway, stay tuned for that.